Come on, Annie. Let's go to the movies.
This is the Cinereelists, episode 728. My name is Kyle.
My name is Zach.
And we're here to talk movies, movie lists, and movie obsession for the next hour or so. Zach, I don't know if we're talking movies or movie lists today.
Well, we definitely are. We certainly are. It's a little different than normal, though.
We're talking movie obsession, I would say.
Yeah, for sure.
This is definitely a movie obsessive talk about topic.
James is gone right now. He's actually in the city where I went to college. He's at my college right now.
Oh, I did not know where James was.
Yeah.
My wife said, "Oh, where's James today?" I'm like, I'm not sure. He's somewhere.
Yeah, he's at my college. I'm kind of jealous that he gets to go because I haven't been in a long time. But
Do we know why he's there?
he's for work. He's doing something for work.
Okay.
Yeah. And so while he's gone, Kyle and I we like to do things a little bit differently when it's just the two of us. We break some of the rules. So today we do have a little bit of a different kind of a list than normal. But I think it's going to be fun to talk about.
Yeah, it gave her some creative brainstorming the last couple of days.
Yeah, for sure. But anyways, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. Yeah. Had a good weekend. How about yourself?
I'm doing good.
Good.
For pizza movie night, the past 2 weeks we've watched the Mario Brothers movie and then the Mario Brothers Galaxy movie with my kids.
And what do the kids think of those?
It's their favorite movies now.
Excellent. Good.
They're obsessed. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. It's right at that perfect time because we've been playing Mario Paint together.
Right.
And they have Mario Chess. And so they're just in a very big Mario mood right now.
And they're just totally digging it. And,
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
We did not have our normal Friday movie night this week, or Friday family movie night.
Is that what you call it? Friday family movie night?
I think it was called Friday movie night, but it's it's always a family movie. Because we actually had friends come over. A friend of Galen's and then like his siblings and their parents, and they're cool parents. These are the karaoke parents, if I've mentioned that to you before. Yeah. So the kids watched a movie. I think the kids watched like part of Predator Badlands, part of Free Guy, and eventually they started on a Rocketeer. But the adults, we just kind of hung out and no family movie on Friday.
So they watched Predator Badlands. That was the movie.
They started it. So Galen saw that in the theaters.
Okay.
And he loved it.
Okay.
Which it is. It's a fun hard PG-13 for if you're looking when your kids are ready to expose them to that.
All right.
Yeah, but they're 10, so their attention span can be a little flighty. So It's like, we're going to watch this. We're going to watch this. I'm impressed that they actually found a movie to watch. And
yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they played Roblox the entire time. It was one of those deals where I sent them to the basement and said, come up if you need the bathroom.
Sure. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So
cool. Well,
but then I got kicked out of my own basement, and that's my fear. It's, like you have your bonus room. At some point, your kids are going to want that bonus room for themselves.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, exactly. I know.
Yeah.
I was just like, well, I guess I can't do my normal basement movie stuff. So upstairs I go.
My friends who are visiting.
Exactly. Well, no, the adults had left by the. Oh, I should mention. Galen had a sleepover. It was the first sleepover we ever hosted before. So after everyone left, his friend stayed for the sleepover, and then I was like, well, now what do I do?
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to tell people what we're talking about today?
I do. I will say that this was Zach's idea. We were trying to brainstorm what we wanted to do because, like I said, we don't normally just do a movie review and a list. We like to have a little bit more of a discussion. And Zach suggested, what if we discuss ideas to improve the movie theater experience?
Yes. So the way I envision it is kind of multi-tiered. Ways that we could save the movie theater experience.
Okay.
We can elevate the movie theater experience, improve it, basically either make it financially more viable, make it more popular again, or make it awesome.
Yes. And I think we all have ideas that kind of fit into those buckets.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would say mine are mostly like small things like, I wish they did this, but a bunch of little things can make the overall experience better, right?
It's true. Yeah, that's true.
Like, because sometimes a little thing can be enough to be like, oh, this is I'm not enjoying this anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a restaurant. If you go to a restaurant and the food is great and the cocktails are great and the service is just like, you're not going to want to go back there.
Right.
Like you need the multi-prong attack.
Totally. So I have to warn you, I do have a lot.
Okay.
Of varying level of quality.
I have like a dozen. Should we like maybe focus? You kind of mentioned 3 areas, like improve the value.
Oh, mine are not organized in that way at all.
Okay. All right. So
I say we just go randomly back and forth until you run out, and then I'll just shoot down mine.
And then maybe if one of us have the same idea, we can say, oh, I had that idea too. We can kind of build off of that. So perfect. Okay. All right. Do you want me to start off then?
I do want you to start off.
Okay. So these are one of my minor improvements, but I think this would make my experience, everyone's experience, more enjoyable. Theaters used to have a like concession stand in the same hallway as like where you saw the movies, right? Like obviously you go to the theaters now and they have a concession stand right behind the front desk, and that's where you get your popcorn and everything. But there used to be a time where you like walk down the long hallway, 15 theaters down, and you would pass a second concession stand.
Right.
And then that way, if during the movie you wanted a refill on popcorn or a refill on soda or whatever, you could pop out of your theater. Right there is a concession stand. You don't have to walk past another 10 theaters, get your refill, and you pop right back in. And I think that would encourage, I don't know, we can talk about the pricing of refills. I think that would encourage more people to like get refills on things or to spend money.
At my theater, you have to go very far, and then you have to wait in a long line because everyone is waiting in the same line.
Exactly.
And so you're guaranteed to miss 10 minutes if you wanted to like refill during the movie.
Right. So you're just like, well, I'm not going to do this. So
yeah, but it was same with bathrooms. A lot of them now have the bathrooms outside of the like ticket area.
That is another one of my things I put on my list is instead of having like just a big bank of bathrooms right in the lobby, which you have to walk all the way down, give me the same amount of like bathroom stalls, but just spread them out throughout the hallways. Yeah. Yeah.
Along the bathroom lines, I do have one that, it's a little experimental.
Okay.
But you have very extremely well engineered designed porta potties in the back of the theater.
Oh, okay. Please expand on this porta potty idea because I have a lot of questions, but
so these
I want to let you
they will not admit any smells or anything like that.
Okay.
But they
or sounds, that's important.
Yeah, no sounds as well. Okay. Except they do allow you to continue to watch the film while using the bathroom.
Wait, is there like a little slit in it?
I don't know how the slit technology works. It might be like a screen, like how like the Google like goggles or whatever, the Apple
Google Lens
work. Yeah, you can see through the screen. I don't know how that works, but it's just so you can go to the bathroom or maybe the bathrooms have screens to all the theaters that you swipe your ticket and you can keep watching the movie while you're going to the bathroom.
Okay,
so you don't miss the movie.
When I go to the bathroom, again, as a man, I usually go in, use the urinal, and I'm out. So, like I spend more time walking the hallway than I actually am.
That's why if there's a porta potty in the theater, you don't miss that time.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, like, so you're saying that the porta potty stall would have a little swipe, not the actual like bathroom you go to has a swipe. Okay, so that just seems like way too much work and walking. All right,
something.
Okay, so this would be essentially a high-end porta potty,
very high-end.
That would flush probably, not an actual like pit toilet.
Yeah.
So a high-end stall,
soundproof mode. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. That is soundproofed. It is smell-proofed.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Could maybe instead of it being in the back of the theater, could it be like in the hallway? Like how you walk through the doors and then you kind of like walk like behind the theater in the mini hallway.
That's right.
So that way you're not just like in the theater. At least you're in that little side hallway.
No, I get it. Yeah. I just want to minimize the amount of time. On top of this bathroom time thing, I think any movie over 2 hours and 10 minutes has an intermission.
That is also on my list.
Programmed in.
Give me the intermission. So take care of the business. Yeah. Also, there's that concession stand right outside the door. I can hit that up. No problem.
Yeah. A little 5-8 minute intermission built in. I think people would be much more excited to go to a long movie.
So who who mandates that? Is that the theater that decides that? Is that the distributors? Is that the filmmaker? Like, who says? Because obviously, if you make a film, you can put an intermission in there, right?
Yeah.
But how do we say, okay, all movies over 2 hours 10 minutes must have an intermission? Are the theaters just finding a cut point?
The major theater chains say any movie over 2 hours and 10 minutes, we will not distribute unless you allow us to put an intermission at some point in this window. And so they have to plan for it. Otherwise, they won't get distribution in AMC and Regal.
Right. And that intermission could probably be after between 60 to 90 minutes, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
I
mean, statistically, people prefer shorter movies. Like, even though movies are getting longer and longer and longer, still people love, like, I mean, how many times has someone told you, like, oh, it's a 90-minute movie, it's perfect?
Yeah.
Right. People want shorter movies.
Right. But when they're spending a lot of money on the blockbusters, they feel like they have to make them as long as possible. Those are getting longer and longer.
Those are getting longer and longer. Yeah.
Okay. Without an intermission, it's brutal.
Yeah. Yeah. Or you end up just having to choose a time to go. Like, for example, during Marty Supreme, I had to go to the bathroom. I had a lot of popcorn and soda at the first half of the movie. And so, like, I'm like, okay, they're in a hotel just chatting right now by a bathtub. Nothing's going to happen. I leave Marty Supreme. I come back and, like, people are screaming with broken arms. Like, I was gone for 30 seconds. What happens in that time?
There's an app. I think it's called RunPee.
It is. Yes. Yeah.
What if there's integration with the theater where, like, there's a single green light that shines at the recommended RunPee time, and if you know about it, you know about it. You know what I mean? And so the green light shines, and you got 4 minutes or something like that.
And now you're right. You're like, now's a good time to go.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
Back to the food thing.
Yes.
I love the concession stand right outside the door. Obviously, there's so many employees at a movie theater. They're not hurting for employees. I think they just don't want to have double the snack areas.
Right.
But what do you think about this? You know, sushi restaurants that have the conveyor belt.
Yeah.
Of sushi just constantly circling around, and you take what you want. What if there was just popcorns and sodas and stuff on a conveyor belt in the theater, and just anytime you wanted more, you do it, and you get charged at the end?
Like, it's like you have to, like, turn your plates in or something. Like a sushi restaurant.
Because like, I could see you're halfway through a movie and then the junior mints come by.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? I'll take some junior mints, you know?
Would this conveyor belt be going in front of your seat, or would it be kind of like along the walls? I want to engineer this for me, please.
Somewhere non-distracting. Maybe.
Is it back in the hallway with the porta potties?
No. It's you kind of stop paying attention to it, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
It's kind of always happening.
It's kind of always there. All right. I like that. Along the lines of, like, having the food brought to you, I do love the bistro theater experience.
Yeah, that's super fun.
Yeah, where, like, you're getting actual food. I don't even mind the waiter who comes around, right? Like, even during the movie, like, because it's not very distracting. They're usually good about knowing, like, when's a good time to check in with people. And if it makes the theater experience more enjoyable, like, I can actually go there, have, like, real food, be waited on, like, know if I need a refill or something, I'm more likely to do that.
At least having the option, like, you could have some screenings which are weighted screenings and others which are not.
Right, exactly.
Or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about having a partnership with a restaurant? So a restaurant is next door to the theater, and there's not even a wall in between them. Like, they're very integrated.
Okay.
And so you have full menu to the restaurant.
So it'll be like I'm going to use a chain. Chili's is next to the AMC.
Yeah. And
you can order from Chili's, and they will bring it to your seat.
Yes.
Yeah. I like that. I do think about the business side of things. Like, are theaters making more money serving their own food versus contracting with someone else? Do you think they would sell more food if they didn't have to use their own kitchen, if they could just use someone else's kitchen with more variety?
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
Well, it's just like, let people do what they do best. You know, like, theaters aren't known for making the best food, and restaurants aren't known for screening the best films.
So, marriage in heaven right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
adding to the, I guess, the restaurant experience. And this was Megan's idea. We're talking about in the car. She was saying, have a theater, but instead of it being like rows of seats, have it be pods of living rooms.
Okay.
So it's kind of like you have like 3 walls. You have behind you and you have partitions on the side. And then your little area has like a couch. It has recliners. It has tables. So that way you are in a more like comfortable environment to watch a movie on the big screen. And then you can have your food. You can share food. You can kind of be with your friends in a living room experience while still being at the theater, getting all the benefits of the theater.
Can I ask?
Yes.
Would you be comfortable with these people having blankets?
See, there's partitions, so I can't see them.
Okay.
And if we can talk theater etiquette too, because I have a whole list of theater etiquette ones. But I feel like between the fact that you have partitions, if people are whispering, obviously if someone's yelling in their little living room, you're going to hear that, right? You're still in the same space. But if people are kind of like whispering to each other in their little space or like giggling at something, you're not going to really hear it.
Okay.
Because you're in your own little 3-walled room.
Sure.
Yeah. But yeah, my number one thing is ban blankets. Just I want a pile of burning blankets outside of every theater I go to.
Like you have to go through a blanket detector to get into the theater.
Yeah, you remember in Total Recall, they walk through that that metal detector that like shows their body, and if they have a gun on them, it like highlights it in red. I want that, but for blankets.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, it's fine if they want to bring in junior mints, go for it. I don't care about that. But.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think about this? You know how like McDonald's has a play area with like tubes and ball pits and stuff like that?
Yeah, the ball pit. Yeah.
Have a screening room with a toddler playground in it so that parents and toddlers can go. And it's a very rowdy, kids not paying attention environment, but rather than just a bunch of seats, kids can stop paying attention to the movie and play in the playground, come back, go back and forth. Cause we know toddlers' attention spans are all over the place.
Right.
Parents can watch the movie, or if they don't care, they could just talk to their friends. But it's more like a play area with a movie going on.
Right. They already have like family screenings of movies.
Yeah.
Right. Where they encourage you to like, hey, the lights aren't going to be as dim.
Right.
Kids can run around. It's a space where you can bring your toddler and feel comfortable. Yes.
But there's the rows of seats.
Yeah. You still have kids running up and down the rows. Yep.
This could be like a whole playground area. It could even be like a daycare situation.
Movie daycare.
You could drive your kid out for 3 hours or something. Go to the gym that's also connected to the movie theater.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so not a full day daycare, but like a drop-in daycare.
Rotting their brains daycare. No, just a drop-in. Go to the gym, have your lunch, and then come back and pick up your kid.
Okay. Would you feel like they can only show G-rated movies at this daycare?
Yeah.
Okay, so like 2001: Space Odyssey, they can definitely play for the kids.
Yeah, any G-rated film, of course.
Perfect.
Yeah,
awesome.
Of course.
Okay. Boy, kids, are you in for a treat today?
Yeah.
Buckle up.
Speaking more on food, what about themed food for the like major releases?
Okay, so I have a comment on that, but I like your idea. Yes.
Okay. Themed cocktails, themed drinks, like, if you're going to see a Hulk movie, your soda's green.
Yep.
Just all that kind of stuff. You got to get the green eggs and ham if you're going to see the Dr. Seuss movie,
Right, yeah. So we actually have a local theater. Well, you used to live in Madison, Marcus Theaters, right?
Okay.
Yeah. And that's like a Midwest chain. And all theirs have a bar now. And every weekend they have 1 or 2 themed cocktails, whatever the new releases are. So like when Megan and I go by ourselves to see a movie, we always go to the bar. We get whatever themed cocktail sounds the best. Obviously make it a double because we're splitting it. And get a little buzz going on.
Does it work like that? Does the math work on that?
To make it a double?
Yeah.
No, it's double the alcohol. It's the same amount of mixings,
sure.
like soda. There's double the alcohol in it. So yeah,
that's awesome. See, so it works. People will pay.
It does. In fact, we might go see Mandalorian and Grogu this upcoming weekend as a family, and I'm kind of hoping they have a Mandalorian Grogu themed drink.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. So I will pay for that, and that's part of I think the making the theater experience feel more special. Like if you're going to go out and make a date out of it, then, give us that, not high end. That's not the wrong word, but give us that, we've moved beyond the sticky theater and the like rows of seats.
Yeah.
Right. We don't have that anymore. So
yeah. Kind of on the reverse end of what you just said.
Okay.
But I think, what about like maybe once a month or once every 2 weeks or something like that? They had like a community screening where it's like pay whatever you want screening.
Okay.
So like once a month, second Tuesday of the month or something like that, you can get a ticket, pay whatever you want. And so like people that normally could not go to the movies do get to go to the movies. They just pay 50 cents or whatever they can or want to or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You'll fill out the seats. Perhaps people can actually afford the movies. They just don't want to, but they will then spend the money on concessions, which is what you make more money from anyways.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
And it helps produce another generation of movie lovers, right? Like they bring their kids and they turn into adults that like movies. And it's good. People give access to movies even if they can't normally afford them.
And it could be any movie, like pay what you want.
Yeah, maybe it would be like one evening a month. Every movie ticket is pay what you want.
What about like just $5 or is that still not egalitarian enough?
I mean, that's fine. I just like the idea of pay what you want.
Okay, so it's just more of like, how you feel comfortable doing it. Yep.
Yeah, because some people will pay. I mean, we know this from like pop-ups that have done this around the country. Like some people will pay $100 for their ticket on the pay what you want night.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if people at the movie theater will be like, I'm going to pay more for this than I used to. But
they do that at restaurants. They'll do a pay what you want restaurant. Like the food is whatever you want to pay for it. And some people will overpay and some people will underpay.
So I could see, like, I know there is, you remember where Megan and I had our anniversary right before COVID and you flew and surprised us at that restaurant. Right. And the bartender, Dave, was down there. Right. He has a food truck that's pay what you want. And he often parks that food truck in like less advantaged or disadvantaged neighborhoods in Madison area. Right. So people can still have access to fresh food. That's a case where when I see that food truck, I usually pay a little bit more because I know he's like running a nonprofit. Like he's not trying to make money off this thing. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to pay more because I know that the people who need this are going to pay less.
For sure.
I don't know if I would be inclined to pay a for-profit company.
No, I get
more
that,
than
but
what I think of services.
It is kind of a nonprofit night, right?
Yes, that's true. Right, because you're hoping that by you paying a little bit more, that will cover the cost of someone who paid. Okay,
so that they can continue to do that kind of thing. I don't know. Yeah. It would be interesting to see what would happen from that.
I think when we're on the topic of prices, I would like to see more aggressive tiered prices. And I'm not talking like seats in the theater. I don't like that idea. But right now, you go see a new release movie, it's $15-$20 depending where you are, what the theater you're seeing it in. But if you're seeing like a new release low budget movie, I don't think that has to be $15 also. Right. So like, can the price of the ticket be correlated with like the budget of the movie? And so, if you're seeing these high end, big budget movies, you're going to pay more because you're getting the big budget experience. If you're seeing a smaller independent movie, which costs less anyway to make, then you pay less because there's less financial value. I'm not trying to value art, but I'm saying there's actual less financial value in that movie.
I'm curious if that would work. I feel like the low budget movies are still not making a lot of money, right? Because less people are seeing them. They're not the blockbusters.
True.
So if you made them more expensive, even less people will see them. Wouldn't it decentivize people making low budget movies and only making the blockbusters? Oh no,
I make them less expensive to see.
Oh, you'd make them less expensive to see.
Yeah, right. The higher the budget, like the higher the budget, the more expensive the ticket price.
I like
the
that.
lower the budget.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to make that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those indie guys, $50.
Every explosion is $1.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right. And would that encourage people to maybe go see an independent movie or a smaller movie if they look it up and say, oh, that's cheaper? Okay.
I think that's a great idea. Different tier prices based on on the budget of the film or some other criteria like genre or something like that. So basically incentivize people exploring other things that they wouldn't normally go out and see because like, oh, this is cheaper. Let's go check it out.
Right. Exactly. And like that's how cult movies take off.
Yeah.
I heard an interesting movie critic kind of disparage the idea behind like assigned seating in movie theaters. What's your opinion on assigned seating first before we get into this?
Don't like it.
You don't like it. Why don't you like it?
Because it forces everyone to prepay their tickets and pay like $3 in service fees online.
Okay, I got you. Okay.
It's just it's same as Ticketmaster.
Right. It's okay. So it's just another way to like nickel and dime the.
Yes.
Okay.
For sure.
What if there wasn't a service fee? I'm just talking like in an ideal situation. If we remove the service fee, if the ticket price was the same, whether you got to reserve your seat or you got to just show up and choose it, would your opinion be different?
No, that'd be fine.
Okay, you'd be fine with it. Okay.
Yeah, I do like. I think it's a romantic idea to just walk up to a theater right before the show and go see a movie. And like sometimes you can't do that.
Romantic as in like you like that now you have a seat so you can just walk right in, or romantic as in like
romantic and like I want to see a movie. Oh, I can just go and be there.
Oh, and just you show up and you see, hey, what's playing? And
yeah.
Well, so that's what this movie critic was kind of saying about assigned seating is that now everyone like buys their seats in advance. They plan their nights. If they want to go see Mandalorian on Friday night and it's sold out, okay, well, let's go Saturday night instead. But before that, people would just say, oh, we're going to go see so-and-so movie on Friday night. They would show up. It was sold out. You're still at the theater. So like, well, we're going to go see something. Yeah. So like, kind of her thesis was before we had assigned seating, movies would sell out and then there'd be spillover to the smaller ones because people wanted to go see something.
Yeah.
And now with assigned seating, everyone can just plan their nights out. So if you don't plan on seeing the smaller movie, you're just not going to go see it.
Yeah. Yeah. Good point.
Yeah. That I do remember like being in high school and college and just being with friends. Sometimes other people too. Be like, hey, let's go see a movie. And you just show up and you're like, right, what's playing?
Yeah. What's playing right now? Yeah.
Right. Because you had like find a newspaper to find out when the movie times were or call a number
and listen to a long recorded message.
Yeah. And you were the only person I knew with a cell phone back then. So you weren't going to waste your minutes on.
That's 10 cents a minute. Are you kidding me?
That's one of my. This is more for the listeners than for you. But one of my favorite Zach memories is when you had this cell phone in high school. It was like 10 cents a minute or something. And you would only make phone calls 59 seconds long.
Yeah.
And no matter what was being discussed, after 59 seconds, you hung up. And your phone had like a little timer on it. So yeah.
Did you ever make a collect call and from a payphone, and then when it says leave your name to tell them who it is, and you leave the phone number of the payphone?
I don't think I've ever made a collect call. No, I actually never. That's not fair. I rarely make collect calls.
Yeah, I forgot you're bougie. I would make collect calls and they'd say, please leave your name so they know who's calling. And you'd be like 833-858-28499. And then they'd get the message and then you'd hang up and then they'd call you on the payphone.
Right. Because you could call payphones. Payphones had actual numbers on them. Yeah. So, yeah. What you mean when you didn't go out, your parents didn't give you their cell phone to take with you in case you got in trouble? No.
I had 59 seconds. It couldn't be solved in 59 seconds.
If to solve this problem or not. So
okay, here's a big one.
Okay, go for it.
I don't know why movie theaters don't do this more, but for the popular TV shows, every episode of that TV show as it comes out should have a screening. So like when Game of Thrones was going on, right? Every episode there should have been a Game of Thrones screening, and everyone can go watch Game of Thrones together.
And they could do it like Sunday night at 9:00 or whatever, like when it premieres.
That is the screening. And maybe they have another one at 11, like that same night kind of a thing.
Sure.
Too.
Yeah.
But one of the most fun things about the movie theater is the shared experience of everyone seeing the same thing for the first time. And with some of these prestige TV shows or the ones that like really hit the zeitgeist or something like that, people would love to watch those together.
Right. And be in a community And like,
Totally.
we like to watch the Red Wedding with like a theater full of people.
Full of super fans. Yeah. They go to a movie that would pay instead of like staying at home to do it. Or maybe you don't have HBO, right? And so like you want to watch it, that's a good way to do it.
Right. So it's funny you bring up Game of Thrones because when we started watching Game of Thrones, like we knew one person with the HBO Max code. So like 8 of us would all go over to their house on Sunday nights and like we'd just watch the whole thing as a group. And or like Megan's parents had HBO. And so we'd and it was so much fun to like watch that show with a large group of people.
Yeah.
And yeah, I miss that. And I don't think I watch any shows now with me and my wife watch a show together. Yeah.
But
that's
at any given time, there is a show that would be fun to watch with a group of people.
Yes.
It might be a different type of show or that kind of thing. But like, you basically have these built-in audiences, right?
And it's Sunday nights. Not a lot of people go to movies on Sunday nights.
Right.
So like you're not wasting theater space. You're not losing on something else. So. And
it's the same for any like presidential debate. I think they do this sometimes for Super Bowl and stuff like that. But like any sporting event.
Yeah.
Like just have a screening for it. I mean, I think the problem is obviously like paying for the licensing of these things.
Yes.
Which is why one of my things is bring back vertical monopolies.
You want more monopolies an hour.
Well, no, I'm just saying allow right now, media companies are not allowed to have theaters, right?
Right. Disney cannot run a theater.
Exactly.
Because they used to, like in old Hollywood.
And have these monopolies, right?
Yes.
But now, since there are competitors in the space, maybe make the laws of like they do have to distribute to the other companies. They can't like only hold their releases for themselves.
Sure.
But if they agree to that, they're still allowed to have their own things. And then a Disney theater could show ABC stuff and it could show ESPN stuff, that kind of thing.
Right. Or if Paramount had a theater, they could show all their licensed stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. But I just think people would love to incorporate more TV watching in their movie theater experience.
And they have their whole streaming catalog.
Yeah.
So like you can go watch whatever I don't know, not Paramount Plus, but whatever Paramount Plus show everyone's watching together, they can just show in their theater.
Totally. I think
as this experience.
To get the timing right, it's probably, new releases like as they drop, right. Otherwise.
Yeah. It's not gonna be like DS9 reruns or something like that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. For sure.
That would be fun though. I would do that.
That's a good one for me.
This is kind of goes back to the theater experience, and this has to do with a little bit of the fact that we don't like mill around before the movies. But I want the theaters to get rid of commercials once the lights go down.
Okay.
Right. So like if the movie starts at 7:00, right now, movie starts at 7:00, the lights go down, and then they're like, "Hey, thanks for coming. Here's the new Chevy, blah blah blah," and you get multiple TV ads, and then the credits, or not the credits start, then the trailer starts. And I mean, to me, that cuts down on my enjoyment. I think a lot of people, that cuts down their enjoyment of the movie. It pushes out like a good half hour when the movie actually starts. I would love to see those commercials be gone, or put them at the beginning, put them like 10 minutes before the movie starts, right? Because people are kind of milling in within the first 10 minutes anyway. So start playing your commercials then. And then once that time hits 7:00, boom, we're going right to trailers.
Okay.
Because like now the movie has started. And I think it also makes it more clear of like now the cinema experience is starting, right? The lights are down, the trailers are playing. You are now in a movie. You're not like at home watching TV.
Yeah. I just thought of this right now. What do you think about having one screen devoted to just it only plays trailers? Only plays trailers.
Okay.
And anyone's allowed to go in there without a ticket. So
it's a free thing. Like
it's a free room.
Okay.
Anyone can access. So if you get to your movie theater early, you can just go sit in the trailer room. If you want to just drop in because you want to see a trailer, you go sit until you see the trailer that you wanted to see or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that like high schoolers would be like, oh man, you got to see this trailer. They talk about it at school. Then a bunch of them come and they go to the trailer room to see the trailer. They're in the theater. Maybe they're just going to spend an hour watching trailers and they'll get some popcorn and do it. You know what I mean? Like,
right. They're kind of hanging out.
Yes. Yeah. People love trailers. Having a free thing that's kind of like entertainment, I think people would use.
Okay, I like that. I like that
Trailer
plan.
room.
Yeah. Along with it, I don't know if I like trailer room. I think it's a clever idea. So
Get him in the door.
Trailer room, right?
They're
there.
used to going to the theater. They see a trailer and it's promotion. It's like free advertising, basically. They see a trailer. They're like, oh, I would like to see that movie, actually.
That sounds exciting. Yes.
Yeah. And then every trailer has a QR code. You shine your phone at it. It puts it on your phone when the movie's released. So you get
I was going to say the same thing. Have a QR code right on there to like, it puts on your calendar, sets a reminder of like, oh, hey, this movie's coming out May 2nd. Yeah. I like
what about this? Every movie theater has a QR code and says, this is our spring schedule, release schedule.
Oh, yeah.
If you want the spring schedule on your phone, tap this and it just adds to Google Calendar when every movie's released for the next 3 months.
Right.
And so just on your calendar, like, oh, on Friday, this movie's released. And it was, you opt in, you just scanned your thing, it put on your phone.
And then you can sit on top of it. Yeah,
exactly.
I like the integration of technology to get you access to movies. I don't want to see integration of technology once you're in the theater, though.
Yeah.
So like, that's maybe some more of an etiquette thing, or maybe theaters can be a little bit more like enforcing of the rules. But like, I don't want to see ordering from your phone when you're inside the theater for your bistro. I don't want to see like, oh, whip your phone out at this moment and get a fun little, tidbit about this. Like, I think movies should embrace the fact that they're unique. Like, they don't have to be phones. Movies are movies. It's its own form. Right. We don't need to introduce a second screen into the experience of the first screen.
It's because I think both of us don't like it when people whip out their phones during a movie and that kind of thing. This is a big one for me. Let's say there's a movie and it has 4 different screens showing it, right?
Yes. Yep.
Designate each screening as a type of screening.
This is on my list too, Zach.
Awesome.
100%. Yep.
So one is like a full hype screening, right? So like, this is the screening you go if like, you don't have to be quiet. Everyone can be excited and rowdy, and that's fine.
You can cheer, have your phone out.
Totally. Yeah. Whatever. There's no real rules. Just enjoy yourselves. It's not that deep. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another screening is like absolutely no phones, no talking during the movie. And that is the expectation. We'll have an employee in there that enforces the rules. And like, you cannot pull out your phone or talk during the movie.
Would you go as far as that screening had a black box for your phone? Like a locker?
Maybe. I don't think people would actually do that.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think people would do that. But if everyone knew that was the rule and like they maybe paid $1 extra to go to that screening.
Yep. Right.
I think it could be more expensive.
Yes, because you want that experience of like, everyone's gonna be respectful, quiet.
Yes.
Everyone's phone's gonna be on do not disturb.
I'm paying for the employee to be there. Yep. Like, so like, yeah, it could be $1 more expensive, and that it will be a quiet, no distractions theater.
And then the other theaters just be like a normal theater, like be in there, but people could be talking, they could be whispering, they could be on their phone a little bit, but it's kind of like what we normally have already. So
yes.
So
definitely like a, you could have the silent one, the quiet, the rowdy one. You could have one for families, that kind of have that now.
Yeah.
You could have one that like the movie starts at 7, no trailers.
Ooh, would that one be more expensive also? Like, you're saving 20 minutes of your time. You're not seeing trailers, which trailers is advertising for the theater. So would they also have a premium
so maybe
there?
it'd be a little bit more expensive, like, 50 cents more expensive or something. But like, I know people that avoid trailers, they might intentionally want to go to those screenings so they don't have to bother. Yeah. Or to firmly know this is when the movie starts exactly, this is when the movie ends exactly. Like, it's just more planning.
How much more would you pay for a silent phone screen, for a phone free screening? Like $1? Like what would be?
I'd pay $3 more.
$3 more. Anything beyond 3 would be like, that's too much.
I think so. I mean, it's still my expectation no matter what. If I can no longer expect that, like, is that still the expectation if I don't pay it in a normal theater, or should I expect those to be annoying?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, my desire, my want is that we go in, we're all quiet, we enjoy the movie, and then go on our ways. But I realize that my expectation is different from what reality is now. So
here's the thing. I don't want people talking during the movie. I'm fine with people cheering and laughing.
Okay, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's a difference. Maybe some people can't tell the difference.
Right. You're fine with people. Well, obviously it's a comedy. You want people laughing.
Yes.
If
it's an action movie that can be reacting.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah.
But I don't want them being like, oh, did you see that guy's other movie? He was so terrible in it. Oh, what are you eating over there?
Or like having those side conversations.
Yes.
Yep. Or like sometimes I'll be in a movie and I'll see someone in front of me and they're like scrolling TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're in a movie right now. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. It's
go to the rowdy one.
Go to the rowdy one and then watch all the TikTok you want. They probably have an earbud in anyway. So
yeah.
Okay. I think I've hit on a lot of my topics already.
Okay.
I'm sure you got more though. So
I do have a lot more.
I want you to lightning round it.
Okay. Well, I still want your thoughts.
Okay. Wait, okay. Can you save your craziest ones for like a lightning round?
We'll see. Well, I don't know.
Okay.
They're all kind of mixed in together.
All right,
there's
sure,
no rhyme or reason to these.
Okay.
Some of your like bigger markets, the movie theater lobby should feel more like a museum.
Like have memorabilia, paraphernalia,
props, like things.
Yes.
You know, like there's a lot of that stuff to go around, especially for new release movies. They could be traveling, exhibits. I don't know, whatever. But like, make it be an interesting place to be at, even like despite just being at the movie. Yeah,
so many movie theater lobbies are cavernous. Where like it's a huge atrium because the theaters themselves are huge, and then you have like the front desk, and then you just have this, I don't know, like it feels like 50 yards of nothingness to the concession stands.
Yeah,
and you're like this is a lot of walking, and like you could do something with this space right now. Yeah.
But if you knew that every week you're going to go to the theater, you're also going to see like some cool movie paraphernalia or memorabilia. Yeah, that'd be worth checking out in the same way that people would go to a movie museum. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I want to see arcades back in movie theaters.
Yeah.
Right.
That goes along with one of my other days of make it a third space.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you mean by a third space?
So have the movie theater be a place where people can just hang out for free.
So you don't need a ticket to like get into the bar. You don't need a ticket to get into the theater.
Or the trailer room.
Yep. The trailer room. That's like you're very big on the trailer room.
Yeah.
How many seats is a trailer room? Are we talking like a small theater?
It's a full screen.
Yeah, it's a full screen, but like obviously you have like the IMAX all the way down to like the third run theater.
55 seats.
Okay.
No, so like I'm picturing a place where you can like just go get coffee. You could hang out with your friends, sit around, study. Just make the theater more a part of the community experience.
Yes.
Rather than just you go to a movie and then you leave and then it's not part of your life at all. This is a place that like you grew up in and you hang out in, and like there's things to do and people, you go and see people.
Right. And you can see your friends and just be in a space with people. Yes.
Yeah. What do you think about this idea?
Okay.
Part of this being a third space, it's also a movie rental place where you can rent movies like this.
Physical media. Okay.
But here's the thing. They just bought, like, they buy all of Netflix's discs, right? So it's super cheap. They just have a ton of these things for super cheap. And then they have a couple of little living rooms where like you can rent out and pop in any movie in their catalog, and like up to 8 people can go in the room, and it's got cozy couches and stuff, and like maybe an 80-inch screen or something in there.
Okay.
And you can watch any movie you want basically in these little living room pods.
Doesn't have to be a new release. It can just be whatever they have in the catalog. All right.
Yes.
At first I was unsure about this because like, Zach, besides you and me and James, who owns a physical media player anymore? But yes, this makes sense now with having like rent the movie. You're essentially renting the room, right?
Yeah, for like $100 or something like that. You and your friends can all watch some movie. Pretty much have every movie because they have Netflix's old catalog of discs. And then you can watch the movie in their little living room pod.
That's right. Yes. I mean, and even there, you don't even need to necessarily have discs. Like you already have streaming and interconnectivity. You can just go in that room and watch a movie, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be necessarily like the Netflix collection. It could be the AMC collection, right? And maybe they have more variety than like whatever's on Netflix or Paramount or whatever. I think that's kind of cool to make it a communal space and make it a space where you can access movies, but still be like with your small group. Yeah,
totally.
I feel like both you and I have now suggested the living room idea.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mine's in the theater. Yours is like its own separate space. But the idea of like make a living room, make a space you can all kind of just be in together. Yep.
And mine is they kind of have something like this in Tokyo. Like when I was there, they would advertise you can basically rent a video game room. And they have all of the different video games and systems, and you can just rent the room for an hour and play video games.
That sounds incredible. Yeah.
And I like that idea.
Yeah.
Okay. So for some of the bigger movies that like people tend to see more than once, I think there's some apps now that are starting to do this, incorporate this more, but you can rent headphones and you can listen to a director commentary track of the movie.
Oh yeah, I think Riff Tracks kind of does that now, right?
Okay,
they release like a podcast that's essentially you sync up with the movie.
A podcast. Yep. But this would be more like the director commentary with the actual like creatives involved.
Yeah. Okay. And that way you can watch the movie for your second, third time.
Yes.
But again,
maybe at a reduced price.
Yes. Well, because it'll be like those museum headphones you get.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Totally. Okay. Movie marathons. So what if they had once a week picked a director and just played 8 movies from that director on like a Friday or something, or on like a Thursday or Tuesday, whatever day they need people in, right? So you go in and you watch, 10 Nolan movies on a Tuesday. They're just all playing.
So I would suggest, instead of doing like 10 in a row, I like the marathon idea, make it like a marathon summer.
Okay.
Be like every Tuesday night at 7:00, we're playing a different Nolan movie. We're starting with Memento. And then like you can either a la carte it or you can buy the summer pass.
Yeah.
And the summer pass lets you come to every single one of those movies.
Do it.
And you can, And even then people will be like, hey, for the summer pass, I can see 6 of them and still be worth it.
Yeah.
Right. And then that way you're also getting people to come back to the theater once a week.
Yeah.
And they're probably going to be spending concessions, where I feel like with the marathon, your concession per movie ratio is probably lower with a marathon than it is with like a summer marathon. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of along the lines of that TV watching idea.
Okay.
So many people do not have access to Broadway, right? They're never going to see most of these shows on Broadway, right?
Yeah.
They maybe have heard about them, but they are not going to be able to go. And even if they're in New York, they couldn't buy tickets. So you could play all the Broadway musicals.
And that you just be in the theater and watch it right there. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
They kind of do that sometimes. They don't do all the musicals, but like there's definitely, I've seen advertisements for like, oh, see the Metropolitan Opera is like doing, Tusk or whatever.
They do that for like the opera and ballet and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just haven't really seen it for Broadway yet.
And I think there are people who want to see Book of Mormon and like these, more popular ones. And like even when they come to, I live in Madison, the media market, even when they come to these media markets, they're expensive still.
They're expensive, and it's the traveling show, right? So they want to see like the people that made the roles famous. They want to see the celebrities who are like spending 4 months on Broadway.
Yeah.
So I think that could be really cool. Okay. What about more things? Fill the row group discounts.
So if you buy like a block of 20.
Yes.
Okay.
Then it's going to be a lower per average price.
Yeah. Yeah. And kind of encourage large groups to come.
Yep.
I just had an idea.
Okay.
And this kind of goes to the video game one. Rent a theater to play video games.
Totally.
It's like your Tokyo idea, but you have this theater and you have the controller and like you want to play Super Nintendo, you want to play, Sega Genesis, and it's on this massive screen in front of you.
Yeah. Like the latest Mario Kart, you can have 24 players racing.
Oh, really? Time. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot. You could run tournaments.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Okay, let's bring back double features.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's bring back double features. Very curated double features could be really cool. A new release and an older film that would work with it. Not like a movie from the 40s. I'm just like maybe a movie from the 90s of like, oh, you just saw this movie? Well, then you should also watch this movie. You know?
Right. You could watch like Captain America Winter Soldier and then like a 70s paranoid spy thriller.
Totally.
Which inspired that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, Manchurian, exactly. Something. So it is like most people probably, I don't know, people will show up for the new release, and then enough people will be like, oh, I'm curious to know what movie inspired this or what's related to it. And they're going to stick around, and then they're going to get something new to them. You know,
Totally.
maybe they haven't heard of. Yep.
Totally. Theaters could sponsor like high school and college film festivals.
Yes. Yeah.
And so like you get to see your movie at the local theater, right? And then all their friends and family buy tickets to see their movie in the film festival, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
So I want to see like AMC do that, because obviously like little theaters will do the film festivals, but it's like, you know, the Stoughton area theater will do it. But like I want to see AMC host a local. I guess it'd be cool to see the big players act more like local theaters, and not like national chains, and say like, okay, well, how can we serve our specific markets, not just blast out the newest movie to everyone.
Yeah,
right.
Totally.
Because they make most of their money like what, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they've got 4 days a week where they're making some money here and there, but
but they can really condense like their screen. Like they don't need 5 screenings showing the same movie on a Tuesday night.
Yes,
and people scattered across.
Exactly.
Okay. Movies have memberships, you know, obviously, and I think those are a good thing, right? They probably want to encourage people to do that. So make them specialer, you know, like you get, maybe they already do this. I don't have a membership anywhere, but like members only screenings, you know, or like advanced screenings, like the night before members can see a movie before it's released or something like that.
Yep.
You know, maybe if a star is coming, they're going to be at a members only event.
Right. Yeah, I think that's cool. That reminds me, I don't think they do it anymore. Bring back the midnight showing.
Yeah, they should do
like,
that.
Remember Thursday, I guess technically Wednesday night, Thursday morning?
Yeah.
And like you go see Star Wars Episode 2.
Yeah.
And that was like, that felt eventful to go. I mean, obviously this is we got to line up and all that stuff, but the idea of like, that was a theater that was packed. Everyone was super excited. You knew people were going to be cheering, but you also knew like they wanted to be there to see that movie. So it was like the perfect balance of excitement and respect.
Yeah.
And it was like a cool communal experience with your friends to be there at midnight to see whatever Matrix, Lord of the Rings, whatever movies had just come out. Yeah.
Okay. Let's say it's a scary movie.
Yeah.
Everyone is given a wristband when they enter the movie with a heart rate monitor.
Okay.
And when they leave, they're all given a printout with what their heart rate was at like various plot moments of the movie.
Yeah.
Where they can compare with each other and make fun of each other for like, oh, you were more scared during that moment than I was.
But I like that. I like that a lot. And you could even integrate that with like their Apple Watch.
Yeah.
Right. Here's an app. This app will, obviously now you're sharing medical data. So that's its own little like, world journey. Yeah, go for it. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe Epic can take my chart and also like integrate with AMC. So
yes. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's showing like the average heart rate of the room, like during the movie.
Oh, right. So you can kind of see like, how everyone was sort of reacting up and down.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And then maybe on yours, it could share like if you were above or below to see like how you compared to the rest of the experience. I like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Movies have their normal cut. Okay.
Yep.
But then it becomes standard that like Blockbusters will make a version that's maybe has 5 minutes of different material. And they are only shown like once or 3 times and then never distributed. So like the only times that you can ever see this like slightly different version with like 5 minutes of different footage is in one of these like screenings that like they show at these screenings and then never again, ever.
So this would almost be like the unrated cuts, not because unrated as in their, have
it's the special edition cut.
Yeah, special edition.
Special theater edition.
Yep.
So like maybe you've seen the movie, you love it. You would pay for a second ticket to go to the special theater edition. knowing that this is your only opportunity to ever see a slightly different version of what you just saw.
Right. And the special theater editions, like, it's like, it can be more of the action or more of whatever scenes you like, that the editors were like, hey, this is too much for our normal release, but for our special edition members only release, this would be cool. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Because we get director's cuts and special editions, but they're all on DVD. They're all on release after the fact.
Yeah.
And like, just let the director cut their own version at the same time. Release both. Yeah.
They don't have to be like full director's cuts, but just maybe there's an extra like scene or just something extra in that special edition version that will never be distributed, never be shown anywhere else.
Yep. Okay.
So it forces you to go to the theater for that screening. What if you showed old films like when they were the weekends they were released, right? So like in the 1973 July 4th weekend, whatever the movies that were all in the theater then, those same like 4 movies will be in your theater now.
Oh, like a flashback series.
Yes.
Yes.
So like this is the same weekend that, you know, this came out, this came out, this came out. You can see all those that same weekend too. Relive.
Right.
Like, yeah.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Okay, this is a silly idea.
I like them.
Everyone has pre-bought their tickets, right? They have to submit their photo and their name and something about themselves.
Okay.
And then a 5-minute AI generated mini film is shown before the movie where everyone in the theater is part of the generated film.
Oh, and like so there's their head walking around. They spout their little fact, or like AI will figure out who this person is based on the fact they shared.
Yeah, if someone likes roller coasters in the movie, they'll be on a roller coaster, and then, you know, it just makes this little 5-minute mini movie before the movie.
They like Italian food. They're like an Italian chef in the movie, or whatever.
Totally, yeah. So everyone wants to go and see them and their friends in the mini movie before the movie.
I mean, people go crazy at Disney when E.T. says your name at the end of the ride, or Universal, I think it is. Yeah, right.
Totally.
The fact that like E.T. will be like Kyle, you're like, oh, so people love being included, even in the simplest way, into some experience.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, let's see what we have. I've got a couple more, and then I'm kind of running low at this point.
You know, I do have, with your conveyor belt idea, like, what if you had like popcorn chute? You just pull a lever and popcorn just like refill right into your bucket.
Love it.
Just so there's just no.
Love it.
Yep, it's right there.
What if after a late night screening where there's not going to be another show after it, there's a curated discussion time? So if you want to stay and talk about the movie, there's going to be like a guy that's like leading a discussion about it.
Okay. All right.
You know, maybe you're like, I like talking about movies, but I don't have anyone to talk about movies with. Well, here's a bunch of people that all want to talk about movies after we saw it.
And everyone gets a free small popcorn for sticking around for the discussion.
A warm cookie.
A warm cookie. Yeah, just a little something goes a long way.
Yeah. Okay. Movie passport. Every theater has their own movie passport that they'll issue you if you want for free. When you see movies, you get special stamps that go with the movies you saw. Like, they're cool stamps. You know, some of them are nicer than others. You can get badges based on like you've seen all the different genres or all the different decades or franchises. Or I saw a 70 millimeter stamp. I saw a 35 millimeter stamp, you know? And yeah, you just, if you can fill out a bunch of things, so you might get a free ticket. You know, it's like a bingo card, but it's a movie passport, you know?
I like how you're taking like the gamification that's on Letterboxd of like completing lists and then making it into something physical, like the passport. Yeah,
totally.
Yeah, I like that.
There could be leaderboards and all sorts of stuff. Who knows?
Right. You don't even. I know you like the idea of the physical, book, but like an app, obviously,
for sure. But I like the physical book. But yeah, an app, obviously, yeah. First time screenings.
Okay.
So like we're gonna show Jaws, but like this is like, I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't work. You can only come if you've never seen Jaws before.
That would be a very strange. Like, how do you prove that?
Yeah,
like,
maybe not that.
They give you a quiz, and if you pass the quiz, they kick you out.
Sure.
Okay.
And then And then this is probably my last idea.
Okay.
But really have a lot of things available for purchase or giveaway. So like all of the movie posters and like promotional stuff, like those are given away or sold or something. You know what I mean? Like nothing is thrown away in the trash or like given to employees or whatever. Like that is like something you can get. You know what I mean?
Right. Those huge cardboard stand-ups they have for like all the movies in the corners. Yeah. People want those. They will pay money for those.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I think the movie poster idea is gold. I obviously people know that Megan's aunt's family like sells old posters that they found lying around. But like theaters don't have to wait till they're lying around. They can just have like a bin or on their website be like, hey, buy the Mandalorian poster, buy this poster. We have it. It's easy money right there. And people love collecting actual movie posters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. And then blankets themed to the movie. So everyone's issued a blanket as they enter.
I'm going to, on the sidewalk, public property, obviously, I'm going to host a blanket burning party.
Okay.
And it's going to be me in a blanket, and no one's going to come. They're just going to look like I'm crazy. But
yeah. Yeah.
And the tyranny of the talking.
All right. So what do you think? Have we saved the movie industry or have we doomed it to bankruptcy?
I think we have given creative ideas because the movie industry is not going to survive on a 10, 15, 20-year-old model that they're currently running. Yeah. It's not viable. So if theaters, I don't think movies are going away. AIs, that's a different discussion, but movies aren't going away. But theaters, if they want to survive, they need to figure out how to be more than just a movie theater because it's not cutting it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I tell you, here's my thought about, I don't understand why more billionaires don't do this.
Well, I can tell you why billionaires don't do things, but
let's say you wanted to be a billionaire that actually people liked and you could like make a difference in the world. Right. And not in like the ways that you should, like, you know, you pay money to solve poverty and that. Not in those
right.
ways.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Put $60 billion down to end world hunger and then buy Twitter instead.
That'd be wonderful.
Yeah.
I don't understand why more billionaires don't do this though. Like you could do this if you had $500 million. Okay.
Sure.
Buy companies with the express intention of not making a profit, but breaking even. Or maybe having a slow loss. Okay.
Sure. Okay.
Here's what it does. It creates all those jobs, right? So people are working and making money, right? Let's say you're going for the break-even model. Everyone's been making money except for you, but you don't need the money because you're a billionaire.
Yeah.
But everyone who works there is making a wage, right? And then it's going to cost less than every other for-profit version of that, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about like making more on top because you don't need it to make a profit. You just need it to break even. And so it's just cheaper for everybody. And yet people are still getting paid to work there.
I think it's a great idea. And if you became a billionaire, I could totally see you doing that.
Okay.
Right. I think the problem is people who are inclined to become billionaires are not inclined, A, to care about what other people think because they live in their own super rich bubble. Why do you care about other people? And B, they didn't make their mindset wasn't, I didn't make money by losing money. Right.
I understand, but they're not even losing money. They're breaking. It costs them nothing to do.
I understand logically. Of course, it makes sense. Like you have $1 billion. If you're losing a couple million a year on this company, it doesn't matter to you, right? It's just more the mindset of I'm a billionaire. I got here by making money, not losing money. And I think billionaires look at every asset and say, is it valuable or not valuable? And that's all that matters to them. Right. Like just benevolency and billionaire don't go together very well.
Yeah. Like so. I think the helping, people dying of malaria is crazy important, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's also a second category of like just using like your $1 billion to offer these movie theaters with really cool experiences that like aren't profitable, but just is better for everyone involved. And why not? Because you can.
The closest we got to that was Jeff Bezos like funding the Lord of the Rings TV show on Amazon.
Sure.
Right? Like that was like, he's like, I love Lord of the Rings. We're making this. That's the closest we ever got, Zach.
Okay.
So,
Sure.
but yeah, no, I agree. Like it would be, obviously I want to see billionaires solve real world problems, but also like, yeah, if there's a business you're passionate about, who cares? It's not hurting you. It's benefiting other people. It's not hurting you.
Right.
Yeah. Break even, take the loss. Who cares?
It's not even, if you're breaking even, it's not a loss.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Break even or take the loss.
Yeah. Or just have a leaky financials. That's fine.
Isn't it? I mean, what is it? It's something like inefficiency breeds art, right? Like you look at old cities, like you look at Rome, you look at old architecture, and that architecture is not efficient, but it's beautiful, right? And then once we make everything efficient and perfect, then it becomes cookie cutter and the same, right?
There's a guy that is intentionally popping up classic Pizza Huts. That are styled like from the 80s with the red roofs and the buffets and the red cups and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. They're super popular when like normal Pizza Huts are going out of business.
Right. Normal pizza, because they're like a counter you walk up to.
Yeah.
It could be a pizza today. Tomorrow it's going to be a Mooyah burger or whatever. You know, it doesn't matter. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. No, people, I think, I know this is getting off topic. I wonder if there's when the backlash to homogenization of art's going to happen, where people are like, no, I want a funny looking building for my restaurant. I want, I want inefficient bridges and things like that because they look cool, right? They're enjoyable aesthetically.
Sure. Yeah.
When are aesthetics going to come back, Zach? That's what I want to know.
I'm not allowed to tell you.
I guess we have one AMC. What do your movie theaters look like on the outside? Like when in your area, when you drive to a movie theater, is it just like a big brick building? Does it have like a big marquee? Like what is
it's movieplex looking, like
okay,
bright neon lights and
like big tower of lights in front of it. Okay. Yeah. All right. So it does feel like a special building.
Yeah. It's not
it
like
stands
hidden
out.
away. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good. Yeah. I appreciate that movie theaters still have that like old, like eye-catching look to them, at least from the front. They're big boxes on the back, but yeah, it does have the giant tower and the spotlights and everything. And you're like, oh, cool, I'm going to the theater. So
yeah,
bring back the marquee. I want the movies listed on the front.
Oh,
that's
totally. Yes, yeah, I do want that. Yeah, for sure. All right, well, I think we solved it.
I mean, I think we solved movie theaters and billionaires in one episode.
I'm telling you, you don't even have to be a billionaire. Then you have enough working capital to buy these industries.
Sure.
You could do this with 20 million if you wanted to do it with a coffee shop. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. You could
just has to break even, and you've created 12 jobs and a better experience for everyone in the town.
Right. A value to society.
And you've lost nothing except people like you better.
You've made things better, not worse.
And it costs you nothing. Just break even, no profit. Anyway.
Well, to all the billionaires listening, heed our words.
What do you think is the highest net worth of someone who has listened to an episode of the Cinereelists?
I bet you a millionaire has listened to an episode.
I think a millionaire has listened. Do you think a 10 millionaire?
Yes.
Okay.
I do not think 100 millionaires listen to this episode.
You don't think 100 millionaire?
No. I feel confident in millionaire. I feel above 50% 10 millionaire. I'm below 50% on a 100 millionaire.
Okay. All right.
What about you? Where do you fall?
I think a 15 millionaire has listened to our show.
Okay.
Yeah. Just based off the checks that I get mailed periodically.
Wait, you get checks?
You're not getting the checks?
No, I'm not.
Whew. Okay.
You get paid?
Well, guys, thanks for listening to this episode of the Cinereelists. A little bit different than normal. We don't have James to temper us and keep us on the rails, but we're gonna have him back soon. I think next week. It's not 100% sure, but I think we're gonna be watching the Mandalorian and Grogu film.
It seems like the obvious choice. Yeah.
But
it is the way.
We want to hear from you. What do you think about our ideas? for saving or elevating the movie theater experience. What did we miss? What are your ideas? I personally would love to hear them. So you can email the show at heyguys@cinereelists.com. Is that it? Hey
CINE double E with an S on the end.
Yeah, it's CINEREELISTS.
Yep, just like it sounds.
Yeah, exactly. You can find us on YouTube and Twitter and Letterboxd and TikTok at Cinereelists.
Yep.
You can follow me personally on Twitter or Letterboxd at Shaubin.
You can follow me on Letterboxd at Peter SKB. I'm just gonna say this might be, for people who want to follow on Letterboxd, this might be my first 200 movie year.
Oh, really?
I'm
you're on
on
a tear.
I'm on track right now. We'll see.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Very cool.
So
My record was 315.
350. That's impressive. That's what that is. What, like 5 a week?
Yeah.
That's good.
That was
That's
before I was married.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, that's
That ship has sailed.
But yeah, it's normally if I can break 150, I'm happy. But this year might be 200. We'll see.
All right. Well, don't count your chickens.
I won't. But wait, Don't count your eggs before they hatch. Don't count your chickens before they lay. What's the term?
I don't know. Don't count them.
I mean, you live in the South. You tell me.
There's a city near me that's known for just having wild chickens roaming around.
Okay.
That's their thing.
Just have chickens roaming around. Okay.
Yeah.
That's your story.
Yeah. Don't count them.
Can you find like chicken eggs like in the bushes?
No, but I did find duck eggs just a couple days ago.
Okay. And how did they taste? Did they fry one up and was it good?
No, I would have felt terrible.
Okay.
Finding an egg and frying it up.
I guess if they're laid then in the wild, they probably are fertilized. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Okay.
No, thank you.
Well, chicken eggs are not fertilized, so eat them. Go ahead, eat them away.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I think we should end right here. Well, you've already ended the show. Thank you for listening to this episode 728 of the Cinereelists. We already did where you can follow us. We already did where you can email us. And until next time, keep it cinereal.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.